My blissful gorgeous selves, now I am taking you in the sea of a new adventures of Sri Krishna's pastimes. Satyajit was a knight in Dwarka city and has a great devotion towards sun god. He was a great devotee of sun god. Yes, the sun worship, which was widespread in Egypt, Mexico, Chile and Peru, among Mayans and Aztecs and Incas, the same sun worship had gone there from India, my dear friends. Now, four-armed, reddish, golden, handsome and majestic sun god would often appear before Satyajit and personally accept his offerings and worship and converse with him. One day he was so pleased on the night Satyajit that he gave him gift of a bright red gem, Samantak Mani, his own emblem. And he said, there will be no epidemic disease, famine, worry and disasters of any kind around it, and it will produce 800 pounds of gold every day. Sun god had told the knight. Original says Ashtabhaman. One bhara is equivalent to 100 pounds. Alright. So, as the knight wore it, he dazzled with its brilliance. As he walked on the streets of Dwarka, his splendor surprised and blinded the eyes of people about his identity. They ran down to Sri Krishna and reported that sun god himself is coming to see him. Krishna looked at him and laughed and said, no sun god, baby-headed fellow, but one of our citizens. He is Knight Satyajit. One day, Sri Krishna suggested him that he should make an offering to the king with that gem, so that a divine object should not become an ego-pumping stuff. Satyajit did not like that suggestion. He built a splendid temple, consecrated the gem with festivity, and installed it as a symbol of sun god and worshipped it daily. Soon he became known as a big donor and a big tycoon. He enjoyed wealth more than his devotion. One day his brother Prasenna wore it and rode on his horse and went to the forest on a hunting expedition. It is a natural law. If you misuse a divine object for impure purposes, such as violence, it turns dangerous to your own life. Therefore, whenever you receive a special divine gift from an enlightened being, a prasadam, an initiation, a blessing, a meditation method, a technique, you are expected to begin a new life of understanding and sensitivity. And you have to make desirable changes in your life, in eating, and stop eating meats and eggs and fish, and also keep your temper correctly in a right proportion. You are supposed to work on your transformation. And Prasenna missed the point. He wore the gem and shot many deers and touched dead bodies while the holy gem was still on with his necklace. He never returned home. He died. At the dusk when Knight Satyajit did not see his brother Prasen. He was worried. How could he worship now? And what about next day donations? He was furious too. Whole night passed. No clue of his brother. He rode his horse. Few friends joined him. They inspected all around the city, appointed spies and servants, but of no use. Prasena's disappearance remained a mystery. I think Krishna killed my brother to get the gem. He had asked me once in the name of the king. Had I known he would kill my brother, I would have given the gem to him. Worried, Satyajit blurted out one night to his wife on the bed. And wife told the wife of neighbor, and she told another one. That other one told to many others. And the rumor spread out in the city by whisper. Praya Krishnena nihata manigrivo vanam gata bhrata mameti tachrutva karne karne japanjana. The maid told to Rukmini Devi at night, and at night when Sri Krishna returned from the royal assembly, she bursted into tears and said, "What's this I am hearing? Did you beg some gem from Satyajit?" Krishna looked at her, "Yes, but not for me, for the king." "What's the matter about it? Who told you that?" And Rukminiji said, almost crying, "How many gems you require? Why you did not ask me? Am I dead?" Rukminiji is angry today. Since, do you know his brother is dead, and he is saying you killed him for gem and hid his corpse somewhere. The whole city is talking about it. And Krishna sighed and became serious and said, "Now the problem cannot be solved just by explaining or even by giving him another similar gem or defending myself. The same gem has to be found out. I will go tomorrow. Don't worry, please. If I am late, don't worry, okay?" Rukminiji sank in great worry and despondence. Next day, all important personages of Dwarka assembled before the king in assembly hall. And Krishna stood up and said, "It is my personal matter, yet not apart from the state affairs, because my actions affect deeply the government and the citizens. Prasen is missing with the gem, and I am the prime suspect, because I had requested Satyajit to offer it to the king, which he had denied. Now, if he blames me for the theft and murder, he is innocent. But I also must be provided with an opportunity to remove this false blame. Please give me a team of 12 honorables. I am taking responsibility of their security, their safety." Assembly members became upset on meanness of Knight Satyajit. Krishna requested, "It is prime duty of the state to find out what happened to Prasen, who has been a crime-free, tax-paying citizen of the state. I must find out about him." King of Grasen had no other way. He agreed. He provided him a team of a dozen elderly persons with 2 skilled investigators. All leaped on their horsebacks, and they proceeded following the hoof prints of Prasena's horse, minutely observing the movements of that horse through various signs, such as where he ran, and where he slowed down, and where he urinated and passed manures, etc. They saw several animals killed by Prasen. Then they arrived in dense forest. they read the hoof prints of the horse and were amazed to find the horse went crazy suddenly. He did not want to go further, but escape back. But Prasenna could not see the impending danger, and he kept driving him on further. He kept driving him on and on. Suddenly, the prints were missing. They spread around and found terrible stink emanating from the bush. Vultures and birds were flying around. As they entered that bush, there were them, horse and Prasen, both were dead. Corpse half eaten. Some lion has killed them, because blood-smeared lion's footprints are very clear. Blood has darkened up now. Clothes are the same. But where is the gem? Krishna wondered. Some vulture or birds may have picked it up, misconceiving it as piece of flesh. One of them speculated and told this. No, not so, the investigator spoke. You see, another investigator said, you see, a lion popped out of this bush. Horse saw him, but not Prasen. Here the lion attacked both and killed them. Now you are right that, misconceiving the gem as a flesh piece, that lion took away the gem. Well, how could you come to that conclusion? Krishna asked. Look, investigator said, look, lion is walking with blood-smeared paws, only with his 3 legs. That means he is holding something with one. Immediately 2 horse riders were sent to Dwarka to inform Satyajit to get the corpse of his brother for adequate cremation. 2 warriors were left for the security of the corpse until the arrival of Satyajit. The rest of the team proceeded further, following the footprints of the lion. They climbed a mysterious mountain. They arrived at the peak only to find the corpse. Vultures and birds have eaten up from various places. Jim was not there. Some extraordinary beast from an extinct species has killed him, investigator reported to Sri Krishna. Yes, you are right. The beast must be a huge one. There must have been big fight in between them. See, his hair, the lion, has ripped off during fight, is still in his claw. Everyone peered at those hairs. The footprints of the beast are of enormous size. He has taken the gem. This conclusion of the investigators scared everybody, but Krishna was adamant. He followed those footprints until they vanished into a huge dark cave of the dangerous mountain. This is the residence of the beast who is in possession of the gem, investigators concluded. After their lunch, Sri Krishna said, please wait for me here. I will go alone in the cave. The team said, what's the use? It is clear. We have enough evidence now. The gem is neither taken by you, nor you killed his brother. A lion did it. Now it's too dangerous to go after this beast. He must be of enormous size. Excuse me, Krishna said. The responsibility of safety of the wealth of the citizens is on the state. I hold an important part of the governing system, so I must fulfill my duty. And Sri Krishna left. Krishna walked into the cave, dark, darker, darkest. But Krishna moved on and on and on. The team waited and waited. Day passed, evening came, evening passed, night came, dawn and dusk rolled on. It was spring, plenty of fruits. They lived on fruits and spring water. 12 days passed. Krishna did not return. Right from the first day, loud, very loud, disturbing sounds had been breaking their heart. As if punching, dashing, pounding, slamming, they heard dashing of mass, rocks, trees, and boxing hits, blow of fists, as if stroke of lightning. It continued all day and night with angry roars of the beast. At last the message of Balramji came from Dwarka. Don't worry about my brother, he is invincible. He will return safe. You please return. You have done your job. Come back, please. The team returned. Satyajit was called in the Royal Assembly. They told the whole news. Everybody fired on him, since it was him for whom our Krishna is in danger. He is in the trap of a huge beast. Their anger continuously rose on him. But Mother Devaki and Father Vasudevji and Devi Rukminiji and King of Grasen and all relatives were extremely worried. They were worrying every day. Entering the cave, frightened everyone. It may increase the trouble of Krishna. Don't know what trouble our Krishna has fallen inside that deep dark cave. When physical health, my dear friends, when physical health becomes lame to resolve the problem, human heart soars high to seek help from the divine. Soon Navaratra days came. The parents took initiation of oral reception of Srimad Devi Bhagavatam. The whole Dwarka city rushed to listen Srimad Devi Bhagavatam for Krishna's safe return. Under a large canopy, they started listening Srimad Devi Bhagavatam from a great sage. Daily they listen. Upatasthur Mahamayam Durgam Krishnopalabdhaye. There are thousands of wonderful stories, my dear friends. If a Kuni Neelam, means blood red sapphire, suits you, it makes you tremendously successful, rich and famous instantly. If it does not, it will perish you fast and fastest. Samantaka gem has pure, flawless, dark red and powerful. Samantaka gem was pure, flawless, dark red and powerful. On top, it was a divine gift. It suited Satyajit, but it did not suit Prasen. It killed him. It killed lion also. It also did not suit Jambavanta, whose all bones got fractured during the fight, right after he got it. But it suited his daughter Jambavati, who became queen instantly. But if you have staunch devotion to God, no Kuni Neelam can destroy you. Rather, it resurrects you. Jambavanta is one among few left from an extinct species, which was a link between humans and celestials. This gem helped him realize God. How? Let us see. As you know well, Jambavan was born in Golden Age, Satya Yuga, more than 4 million years ago. His size and strength was enormous in his young age. It is said he circumambulated Lord Vamana when he assumed the cosmic form of Trivikram. In Silver Age, Treta Yuga, he served is commander-in-chief of Lord Rama's army when war against Ravana took place at that time. It is said, after the coronation of Lord Rama on the throne of Ayodhya, in late age, when Lord Rama was asking everyone's desire and fulfilling them one by one, he asked Jambavan if he has a wish. Jambavan said, "My lord, it's too long. I haven't fought with some real rough and tough after the death of Ravan. In fact, no one of extraordinary strength of my caliber now exists. Therefore, come down, my lord, from the throne. Get down from your high throne and fight with me. Remove the itchings of my arms." Then Lord Rama laughed aloud and said, "Jambavan, don't talk like this, please. It may get written in Ramayana, which will appear to be a blot in the ideal story of our relationship, which is of a Swami Sevak Bhav. I am master and you are my servant. You are my assembly member. How can there be a fight? But remember one thing, I will definitely fulfill your desire, but not in this incarnation. Later, when I shall appear as Lord Krishna in Dwarka, then I will satisfy your desire. I will slug you so hard that all your bones will go fractured, okay?" After the disappearance of Lord Ram, Jambavan still lived on as Hanumanji and Vibhishanji and others. They lived on in silence, away from each other. Jambavan lived in a mystic cave in the forest near Dwarka. He has with him his young daughter named JAMBAVATI. Where did he get this daughter is a beautiful story. Once upon a time, Jambavan was wandering around the groves of Govardhana hills. It was after Sri Krishna had left for Mathura. Okay? He sent Uddhava. He also left. The wildfire of tormentation in Krishna's separation grew wilder among the gopis. The gopis of Vrindavan could not bear it. According to the flashes of visions in meditations of Sri Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, Sri Radha jumped into Mathura. The river goddess, in her faint state, took her to her father, sun god, who gave her to Satyajit with the gem. Gopi Chandravali was transported to the palace of King Bhishma. She became known as Princess Rukmani and reunited with Sri Krishna. Gopi Chandravali could not bear the tormentation in Sri Krishna's separation and climbed the hilltop and jumped off the cliff. She fainted, but before she could fall on the ground, Jambavan ran and clasped her in his lap, and when she awoke, she found herself in a cave. She lost her former identity, and now all what she could know about herself was what Jambavan told her, that she is his only daughter and only hope of survival. They had happy days together. Jambavan took her for walks in the forest and introduced her to wildlife and herbs and many mysterious herbs. She was entertained this way. At times she smiled, and Jambavan was very happy with that. In similar ways, all 8 main gopis of Vrindavan had been transported to 8 different places. Miraculous indeed is the functions of destiny, my dear friends. Recently, Jambavan was worried about the marriage of his daughter. Under the pressure of this worry, he has come out for a stroll nearby. Actually, the cave was only a passage to reach his residence, which was spacious large homes with flower gardens, fountains, and lawns. Both had been living there happily. The great Jambavan, whose age was about 3 million years, was highly civilized, who possessed many supernatural powers, had found a new purpose of his life in nourishing and nursing the beautiful little girl, who he named after his name, Jambavati. From Jambavan, Jambavati, see, that is not the name. She had lost memory of her original name. Today, on his stroll, he saw a lion is carrying a red gem, big as a fruit. Wow! It will make a very good, amusing toy for my baby. He ran towards the lion. Lion attacked him. He fought and killed the lion at last and picked up the shining gem and walked into his cave. He gave it to his daughter. Jambavati was fascinated. She looked at it, held it in her hands and enjoyed it very much. It was soothing, pleasing and thrilling. She always played with it. Why not? It is going to make her united with her darling Lord. There is every reason to be happy with it. As soon as Sri Krishna entered the cave, its darkness dispersed slowly, and he saw an amazingly beautiful, spacious abode. A youthful, bewitchingly beautiful girl was swinging on a lawn, sitting on a golden swing. She was holding the gem which was illuminating with its soothing rays. Sri Krishna saw and saw. He stood there watching. The girl looked at him. She stood up. Great love arose. Thrills of joy spread all over her limbs. Oh, after all, my beloved did come to me. How merciful he is. Krishna was wondering, who is this maiden resembling exactly my gopis of Vrindavan? They stood gazing each other, their glantia ambrosia tangled up. Suddenly the nurse popped up from inside. As she saw an unknown man, she screamed aloud. Jambavan was filled with anger for the intruder. As he ran out, he just dashed his rock-hard fist on Krishna, and Krishna responded with equally hard fist. Jambavan could not believe his eyes that a regular human of recent age intruded his cave, disturbed his silence, and did not die with a dash of his rocky fist. Rather, he responded it with a harder slug. Now he dashed another slug with all his might. But lo, nothing happened to this youngster stranger. He also slugged him the hardest he could take. Dvanda yuddha sutumalam ubhayor vijigishato आसीत् तदा विंशामितरे तरमुष्टिभिः वज्रनिष्पेषपरुषैः अविश्रममहर्निशम्. Now Jambavan became serious. He jumped up and down and left and right and began slugging with thunderbolty fist. Great sound arising. 28 days passed. They fought continuously day and night. At last Jambavan's all bones got fractured. Every nerve, every joint were painful. His eyes darkened. He could not stand any more. At the verge of death, he remembered his beloved Lord Ram. Ram, 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 he uttered. Immediately Sri Krishna's form was changed into Lord Rama's form. Startled with surprise, Jambavan fell down at his feet, prostrate. जाने त्वां सर्वभूतानां प्राणोजसहो बलम् विष्णुं पुराणपुरुषं प्रभविष्णुमधीश्वरम्. Oh, I am such a heinous beast that I slugged my own master. Kill me, finish me. I am the worst sinner. Suddenly he saw Lord Rama is touching him smilingly, as he would do when he would return from the war with Ravana in Treta Yuga. All his pain, sores and wounds used to get healed up. The same oceanic-hearted Lord is speaking in the same ambrosial voice he used to hear long ago. Get up, dear Jambavan, get up. I am pleased on the way you fought. Just look at me. And Jambavan had no courage. He remained lying on the Lord's feet, and Lord lifted him up, embraced him, smiled at him. My Lord, you came and I slugged you on and on. How mean and unkind I am. Beat me, my Lord. My Lord just beat me to death. No, Jambavan, no. Krishna said, all this happened because you wanted your itching of war be scratched and satisfied. And your desire, any desire rose around me in any of my devotees towards me, for me, how can it stay unfulfilled? It is now gone. Be easy and spontaneous. I have a lot of work to do. I am too busy. I have come for this gem. I need it to rectify the false blame posed on me, okay? And Jambavan said, that gem, but my Lord, that gem I got from the lion, it is mine. I will offer it to you, provided you accept my worship. Okay, Jambavan, hurry up, dear. They are waiting outside. Jambavan was thrilled. He offered magnificent seed and worshipped him with 16 items. Then, as a last item of worship, he offered his beautiful, astoundingly beautiful daughter Jambavati, holding the gem in her hand. Krishna accepted both. Upon a heartfelt, warmest farewell, Sri Krishna and Jambavati walked towards the door. She looked at Jambavan with tear-filled eyes, and he looked at her and bowed down to the Lord, steeped in deep devotion, my dear friends. It was the last day, 9th day of the listening of Srimad Devi Bhagavatam in Dwarka. As soon as the final chapter completed and Purnahuti took place, there echoed the sound of Panchajanya conch of Sri Krishna, as if Mother Divine's blessing embodied instantly, as if Divine Mother pulled out Sri Krishna along with a bewitchingly beautiful bride out of her sleeves and gave them a gift. All Dwarakiyans thrilled. They ran down and saw with ecstatic amaze, with glantia ambrosial. Wow, we got our Krishna plus the new heavenly bride. They shouted out as they saw the couple arriving soon, coming out of the bush. Upalabhya Rishikesham, Upalabhya Rishikesham, Mritam Punarivagatam, Pradurbhava Siddhartha Sadaro Harshayan Hari. The couple touched the feet of the parents as soon as they came. Mother Devaki embraced Jambavati. Then Jambavati bowed low down into the feet of Devi Rukmini and said, I am your maid servant, Her Majesty. I will never be your competitor, even in dream, I promise. May I live in your home, please? You are my younger sister, Rukmini Devi, with tear-filled eyes, embraced Jambavati and said, You are my younger sister. I love you. My house is now yours. Saying thus, Rukmini embraced Jambavati tightly. Krishna sent a message to Satyajit, please appear tomorrow in the royal assembly. Next day all important citizens assembled around the king. Satyajit was there. Krishna stood up and holding the gem in his hands, he said, Your brother lost it to the lion, who lost it to the mightiest of the wildlife, Jambavan. He agreed to offer it to me only as a dowry of his daughter. So here it is. Now it is yours. Please kindly drop ill thoughts against me. As Sri Krishna was handing it over to Satyajit, many assembly members protested. It is dowry of our new queen. No one wanted it to be returned to Satyajit, my dear friends. Krishna said firmly, but it is a gift to you from the sun god. Please take your property. I am not interested. Satyajit took it, his head bent low. He walked back home. Hearing all kinds of sarcastic remarks from people, he got a headache. And then, look, here goes a greedy tycoon, people said, a wealth goblin. He considers even our Krishna as money-sucker thief, as he himself is. Soon nobody went even to accept his donation. No one wanted to talk, meet, or even look at him. My dear friends, then soon invitations were sent out. All kings and knights came from far and wide. Among them Sri Krishna and Jambavati, adorned in the dresses of bride and groom, circumambulated the sacred fire and got married. Music echoed, flowers showered, gifts heaped up all around. Meanwhile Satyajit was feeling nervous. Brooding over his sinful act, he thought, how shall I be able to wipe off my guilt and conciliate Sri Krishna? After 7 days of long worry, he concluded, as Jambavan, I too have a daughter, and she is most beautiful one. Maybe I get my daughter married with Sri Krishna and offer him the gem as dowry as Jambavana did. When Sri Krishna will become my son-in-law, nobody will dare to curse me anymore. A light of hope flashed in the head of Knight Satyajit. He ran down to his family priest, requested him with great humility. The priest went to Sri Krishna with wedding coconut, and Krishna sent him to his parents. They considered over the matter. They agreed and accepted the coconut. The news spread far and wide. The third wedding festival of Sri Krishna began. Clarinets and flutes echoed, drums resounded, and lo, watch! Among the songs of Samaveda, Sri Krishna and Satyabhama, dressed in wedding attire, are garlanding each other. Flowers are showering upon them. All citizens, Devaki and Vasudevji, all are very happy, and the damsels, Young ladies began to dance. Satyajit was happy. Dressed in silks and big turban he appeared. Even King Ugrasen embraced him and offered a seat near him. He donated lots of gold that was sitting in his home since too long. Among the dowry items, as soon as Krishna spotted that Samantaka gem, he just put it back in the hands of Satyajit, smilingly said, "This is the gift of your Ishta Devata, the sun god. I can take whatever you offer, but not that gem anymore, no way." "Okay, Krishna, as you wish. I take the gem back with me," Satyajit said and smiled. Now he became more honorable than before. Festivity continued on for months. Rukmani ji, Jambavati ji, Satyabhama ji served Sri Krishna all day, all night. The palace resounded with their songs of love and giggles and snuggles. Tam Satyabhama Bhagavan Upayeme Yatha Vidhi Bahubhiryachitam Shila Rupodarya Gunanvitam. Om